Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there are things in this country that Ruto can run away with. Issues like creation of CAS positions, these are a illegal position or appointment. But just like Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto can run away with these things. Because these are things that does not touch Kenyans directly. But when it comes to things or issues that touch on the lives of Kenyans directly, Ruto cannot run away with such things easily like that. When it comes to issues like maybe increasing the tax ceiling, when it comes to maybe you are trying to widen the tax but you are forcing people who don't have anything to pay taxes, when it comes to the issue of changing the minimum required to deposit on NSSF, the issue of NHIF, among other things, Ruto has nowhere to hide and he has nowhere to run to. And it is time to tell William Samoei Ruto, don't run. Because we are going to trap William Samoei Ruto with the kind of speed Ruto is coming with in this country.
Don't run! Murife! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run!
Now, I'm saying that William Ruto has nowhere to run to because Raila is on the task. The way he said that he is going to his oversight role, that is exactly what he's going to do. And the other day, Raila was somewhere in a barrel huko Kisumu at Seme, and he talked about the issue of taxes. It sounded like a joke. But yesterday, Raila attended the burial the burial to the mother of Kakamega Governor, Mama Philomena Mutelwa Barasa. And in that event, Raila is coming out boldly to talk about the issue of overtaxing Kenyans. He is now calling for public participation. If Ruto has to increase taxes, then he has to go back and ask Kenyans whether they will accept it. He has to follow the constitution. You know, we have the law and we have the constitution. Before I go deeper, I just wanted to listen to Railaodinga shortly, and then we will continue with this conversation.
Kama wanataka kupandisha ushuru, waseme ni ngapi wanataka, na tuende tuzungumze kwanza sisi kama wananchi nje, public participation. Maneno peleke kwa bunge, hawa wajumbe waende wazungumzie hiyo maneno, wakubali au wakatai. Tutawaambia kwamba kataini. Chana upende usipende. Kwa hivyo wana jukumu ya kuleta maendeleo, sio ati uende ubemberese hao upige magoti chini ati utapata maendeleo. Hapana. Maendeleo itakuja hapa wapende wasipende. Kama mmekataa kufanya, naweza kuambia nyinyi msipitoe ushuru. Kwa hivyo hiyo mambo ya kusema ati ingia kwa serikali ni upuzi. Ni upuzi. Kutoza ushuru. Sasa wanaongea juu ya mambo ya ushuru. Wakati wa campaign kulikuwa na ahadi nyingi zaidi. Tutaleta pesa ya hustler. Kutakuwa hakuna riba, interest free. Hii bilioni 50. Ingine ile ya kina mama, bilioni 100. Lakini sasa wameanza kubadilisha maneno sasa. Hakuna pesa ya serikali wanaweza kupata bila interest. Itakuwa less than 10%. Ile ingine ni mambo ya bei ya mafuta, bei ya unga. Sasa mimi nataka mpate mimi mwaka moja. Walisema nikiweka Biblia chini itarudi chini. Sasa hali yote umewaje. Lakini ushuru huwezi kupandisha bila wakilishi ya wananchi kuketi chini na kuongea. There must be also public participation. You cannot just rise up one day and say we are going to increase NSSF, NHIF, bila wabunge kujadiliana. Kwa hivyo, no taxation without representation.
Now, Raila Odinga said one thing some time back, that the struggle to liberate this country is going to continue. The defending of the Constitution, 2010 Constitution, is going to continue. That means that he will not sit down and just watch as William Ruto destroy the struggles that they have fought for tirelessly in this country, and then William Ruto comes in and destroys. They are going to defend what they have been fighting for the longest time in this country. And seemingly, with the kind of suggestion that William Ruto is making, the orders that he's giving, if there is no one in William Ruto's government who will come out to explain to Kenyans exactly what Ruto means and what he wants to do, then what Raila Odinga is talking about is something Kenyans will take seriously. Because Ruto is not telling Kenyans on how he wants these taxes to be collected. How is he widening this tax, the net? How is he widening the net for taxes? Whom does he want to tax in this country? And if you talk about increasing taxes, he talk about the issue of NSSF. There are things, if you want to touch on them, you have to refer to the Constitution of this country. 2010 Constitution. And we have the law and we have the Constitution. The law is being made in the National Assembly. Lakini Constitution iliandikwa tu mara na iko. So if you do anything that is contrary to the Constitution, whether you are following the law that you made, then it is going to be a waste of time. So if you talk about increasing the ceiling on how you tax Kenyans, that one you have to follow the Constitution. What does the Constitution say about this? Public participation. Involve Kenyans in such decision. Let there be Kenyans in every county, every sub-county, and of course every ward. Let people sit in those barasas and discuss about the issue of maybe increasing NHIF, NSSF, and these taxes. So that Kenyans will be answering the question, should William Ruto increase the taxes, and at what amount is he supposed to increase? And on which value? What is the return on these taxes? These are the questions that people will have to answer in those public participation. Without public participation, Okiya Omtata is just enough to stop many things that Ruto would be intending to do in this country. Na unajua ukitaka kuforce taxes, na watu kwanza koti ikatae na umma ikatae, you have no option and you have nowhere to run to. Watashusha kiburi yako tu hivyo, as simple as that. So the threat that Raila Odinga is making are valid. And we are seeing a leader who is coming out, despite the fact that his victory was stolen, but he still feels that he will not allow William Ruto to oppress the poor of the poorest in this country. He will not allow William Ruto to oppress the Mama Mboga. He will not allow William Samoei Ruto to oppress the border operator. He will not allow William Ruto to oppress the people who are even going hungry 2 days without food. Raila is doing this because in his mind he believes that he won an election. It is someone else who changed the figures. And this is Raila Odinga for you. So if Ruto thought that there is a scapegoat, that he can just tax Kenyans left, right, center, without proper explanation on how he's going to do this one, anakuja anasema ya kwamba Biblia inasema mwenye anatoa apate nyingi. Ati sasa tutaongeza hata NHIF, NSSF. Sababu ameongelea sana NSSF. Tutaongeza NSSF, watu watoe pesa nyingi na ili wapate pia interest kutoka kwa hizo pesa, how is he going to give that money double the way he's saying? How? So you cannot just wake up and change within one night. You say, oh, in 60 years, we have been able to collect this billion, which is very small. We need more money here. Convince Kenyans using logic. Allow public participation. Without that one, there are many things Ruto is going to find it so hard to do in this country. And that's why I'm now believing that Ruto need Raila Amolo Odinga more than Raila Amolo Odinga need William Samoei Ruto. Anahitaji Raila Amolo Odinga tena sana. And Raila is very clever, just like we said in the other video. He don't want handshake and other things. But he's trying to safeguard the governors who are elected on Azimio or ODM, let me say within Azimio condition. Because there is a syndrome that when you are not in the government, you will not access development to your area. So you have to join the government or sing the government song. That's why Mother Karua has also been coming out clear, telling those governors in Azimio, work with the government, but work from the, don't compromise. Work from the position of strength. Negotiate from a position of strength, not in a position of weakness. You just give in. They are speaking the same language. So Raila is telling William Ruto, in case I will see development happening in other areas, and then you don't bring development in the areas where we have Azimio governors, there is a likelihood that I will ask my people in these areas not to pay taxes to the government because there is no value for that tax. This strategy is a masterpiece on William Ruto. He has nowhere to hide. There is nothing like, bringing development to Mount Kenya, Rift Valley, and then forgetting other areas. Or then you choose if you will take to Western, or if you take to Lower Eastern, or if you will take to Coast Region. No. The issue is, if we don't see development in our area and you are doing it in other areas, then we have a right to stop paying tax to your government. And this is one of the best ways to stop this issue of tribal politics, that our man should be in the government. Yes, weka wale mawaziri wako bila unataka. Lakini, when it comes to development, watu wa Kakamega wakitoa ushuru yao, basi waone umuhimu wa hiyo ushuru. And this is the best way to go. I think Raila also, in one way or another, in his own wisdom, is looking for a way to protect governors was Mio. So that now, Kakamega will get its share of development. Not because they are compromising or they are in the government, but because they paid their taxes. So if these areas will get their share of development, it will be because of Raila Amolo Odinga's push to have the right thing happening in this country. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my view. Otherwise, thank you so much. Let us read it in the comment section to have a continuation of this conversation.